So this is the wonderful Maisie and Amelia. I'm gonna link their Instagram here. You guys are such an awesome team. You guys have been following us for such a long time, so I'm so happy we could have you here today. We have the Ella and the Arlo here, working Arlo on Instagram. Hello, everybody. So I have the wonderful Evelyn and Honey here today. Link their Instagram here. Go, everybody. We have Olive and Raven here. I'll link their Instagram right here. I have the wonderful Morelia from Chronically Golden on Instagram. I will link her Instagram and her YouTube. You should go check it out.
Definitely. Well, I guess it has happened more than once, but just random people that bark at us because that's fun. Multiple different places, multiple different occasions, different people, but yeah, apparently that's the thing where I live is that just people bark at us.
So I was walking in Walmart and there was a lady with a purple cart and she had one of those service dogs. I don't know if it was two of them or one of them, but they were inside and I walked up to them and I was like, "Hey, you need to get your dog out of the store. It's illegal." And then I walked away next to the other aisle to get the manager. And then they came next to the aisle and they started saying that, "Oh, I'm a lawyer, and if you say something like that, I'll take you to court." And they were just saying a lot of things. They were technically harassing me. And so that was probably like one of the most weirdest one, but I don't know about the craziest. I haven't really had like the crazy experience yet.
Probably when people pick Honey up. People do it all the time, and it baffles me. It's crazy. It's it's unbelievable. It's just people will pick her up, and I don't know what to do, really. So it's kind of just okay. Like, it's very uncomfortable.
A crazy person, more like, I guess. Me and Raven were at like just a Target, and we were doing some training, and then this lady comes up behind us and says, "You really shouldn't be training here." And I'm like, "It's Target, there's no pets here. It's the perfect place for me to work with Raven." But then I see her husband or whatever partner come and he's pushing a little like stroller and it has 3 dogs in it.
Honestly, there's a lot. Probably the one that has always stuck with me, because I forget a lot of them because they're little small things, but the one that's really stuck with me is the one where I'm having an episode on the ground, and out of nowhere, this old guy comes up to me and says, "You need to stop pretending to be disabled." And I literally started crying. I was like, "What are you talking about?" And, that was probably one of the craziest one. He just left after saying that and just like ditched. Like I never saw him again.
Last December, we went to New York, and that was like already like probably the best experience I've had. So the fact that I had her with me was really awesome. We went to the Met, like the museum there. It was during Christmas too, so like they had the Christmas tree and all of the lights, and that was pretty incredible.
The entrance when I walked in, because I usually train around there because it's the most chaotic. And there was like a kid that came up to me. He was about maybe 10, 12. And he was like, "May I pet your dog, please? He's super cute." And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And he was like, "Oh, I learned about service dogs in school. It's really cool. I love learning about them." I was like, "Oh, that's amazing." But yeah, that was like very sweet and very heart in me. So
Probably, I mean, I love every day with her, but probably school, honestly. She makes school really fun, and it's just like gives me more motivation to go to school because I know that she's there to help me and just be there. But also I had a birthday. My birthday was in the summer, and she came with me to the mall, and we went to the movies, and that was really fun. So probably one of those things.
It's kind of like two, but it's all in one. So it was like my most recent vacation, and it was for the summer, and I was like super excited because I was going to the Mall of America with Raven. First time going in a big environment like this. Super proud. And we were like walking around later, and like security, and they were training a puppy, and they asked if they could work with me and Raven, and like we both did training at the same time.
I have to say is when Otis, my English Golden, learned how to alert high heart rate by himself. I think that was a big achievement, and he did it in public for the first time ever. And I think that was like, oh my gosh, this is such a golden moment for me because he really struggled to learn high heart rate. And so that kind of was probably one of my favorite moments that I've had with my service dog.
Probably that like small service dogs should only be like psychiatric service dogs. And I think that it's linked a lot with like small dogs being ESAs. So like people automatically think that like, oh, Maisie's just an ESA, so she's a psychiatric service dog. You know what I mean? Like that's automatically what they think. They don't think that she can do like, because she does cardiac alert and she does things like that, and people just don't, I guess, realize that she can do that because she's small.
I hate when people ask, how did you get your service dog like documentation and certification, and then you have to explain like this entire thing about how this isn't this and that's not how it works. It's just for people to stop saying and stop asking about papers and documentation, especially businesses. That's mostly all that I really want to like stop.
Probably that small dogs can't do anything and that small dogs can't be service dogs, which is very annoying because they can, and a lot of them make great service dogs. Just the stereotype that they can't do anything at all, and every single small dog you see in public is a fake, which makes it really hard for me and other small service dog teams. Just like people look at her and just roll their eyes because they assume that there's a pet in the store.
This is like a very, very common one, but service dogs are not just for people who like need a wheelchair and the dog pulls the wheelchair. Like service dogs are for many, many different things.
I've been told that I don't look disabled. I think that's absolutely crazy that being disabled has to have a look. I think there's a stereotype that if you have a service dog, you have to look a certain way. And me personally, I like to dress and express myself in how I dress. So I will dress maybe like a normal quote unquote human being, or like someone who you would just see day to day. But people expect you to look a certain way because you have a service dog or you have a wheelchair. That is not true. People can have really good style and still have mobility aids or a service dog.
It's gonna be controversial, but like having an actual legal way to register a service dog, because there's so many fake registries out there. I feel like if you had some sort of like legal way to actually do it, that there wouldn't be as many fake registries. You know what I mean? Like if there was some way to like actually have some sort of thing that says your service dog is actually a service dog. So I don't understand why that happens, but I feel like if we had some sort of like actual legal way to register a service dog, or like have some sort of application paper, whatever thing, that it would help more.
I would probably add is just more information about how dogs and carts is such a health hazard. Like you shouldn't even have the dog in the cart, period. And that's really how much just affects some people. Really, all that I really want to change is maybe there should be like a special column for like service dogs in carts.
Honestly, I would change that they only need to know one task, because personally, I don't feel that one task is enough. Like, if it's deep pressure therapy, for example, you can get like a weighted blanket, honestly, or something else. Like, I think there should be at least like 2 or more.
More specific, it's for security and TSA things. A lot of bigger airports have security dogs, detect whatever. I don't really know, honestly. But like they have them into security, and then like that could be an issue if you have a service dog, especially if you have a service dog in training and like you don't feel quite so confident. And so if they had like maybe more accessible route, like quicker, because like
There would have to be stricter rules on service dogs, because clearly people don't understand it, even though it's been around for such a long time. I think what I would add is that employees have to be educated on service animals. ESAs, therapy dogs, all that jazz. They have to be educated on it. And if they don't pass a certain test, then they either have to retake it, study more, or they just don't get hired at all, because there's such a high rate of fake service animals.
It's not just that you get to bring your cute little dog with you everywhere. It's like, honestly, it's not, it's a last resort for a lot of people. And their medical equipment. So it's like having to bring a wheelchair with you or something like that. It's not this super fantastic thing you get to do all the time. And while Maisie helps me so much, and I know that other service dogs help their handlers a lot, it's not like you just get to bring your dog with you everywhere.
Really is, it's just getting more worse and worse is how like fake service dogs come in public, and how that even managers or like the business owners don't know how to kick them out because they're scared they're gonna get like sued or anything like that, get their shop taken down. It's just like people don't really know how to tell them to kick them out of the store, and the health code people need to like figure out.
Again, probably that small service dogs are real, and there are real small teams, and that just because you see a dog doesn't mean that they are fake. And also, this doesn't really relate just to service dogs, but just in general, if you see a dog in public, just leave them alone.
just like basically what I said earlier, but service dogs, many types of service dogs, not one type, not two types.
I don't know, this one's kind of hard. I wish people knew that just because I have a service animal doesn't mean I can't do certain things, because people will leave me out of things on purpose because I have a service dog with me. Low-key discrimination, first of all, and I get it. Like, it might seem like I can't do certain things, but maybe I can, but still ask, because it does make me feel left out. It makes me feel alone. And so asking someone, hey, we're going to go do this activity. Do you think you could do it, or do you want to stay out of this one? That is better than just plain out not even asking and leaving us out.